All right, and we are live here on YouTube for some O'Reilly Auto Parts Series action, and the caution flag is out. We have gone exactly like 50 seconds, maybe, since the drop of the green flag. So, yeah, I apologize. We were a little bit late, was having some computer trouble, but we are here. Welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, let's get ready to go. No pre-race at all. And yeah, let's see what actually happened. Because again, I was busy doing the last couple of things I needed to do to get set up here. And then we'll get into the announcement that I had pre-race, because I did put out a post shortly as I was getting set up for this. What on earth happened? So a little bit of a stack up, and then just, yeah, chaos ensued. And say, like, even watching on board, I mean, yeah, it's a stack up. You kind of run into the back of a guy, but I don't see any cause for why that was that much of a melee. What on earth? Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Uh, FTP. If that's an trying to think if that's an acronym that I know. But yeah, again, we're here. We're getting ready for this one. But all right, well, slight positive. We got a chance to get everything set up before the race really gets underway. But yeah, so welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We are here for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series action here at Daytona International Speedway. So a couple of housekeeping things. First and foremost, the Daytona 500 start time has been moved up an hour to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time to try and beat the rain that is coming in the evening time. So I will be trying my best to be live for that. It is kind of a late adjustment, and I already have plans for the morning. So hopefully I should still be back just in time. It's just going to be a tight window, but we should be able to be here in time for that. So, but that is a bit of an update that, yes, the Daytona 500 has been moved up 1 hour. New start time is 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So for anyone who's looking to watch that race or going to be a part of the stream here, just know to be here an hour earlier than you originally were planning. The second thing, and this was the update I actually posted to the to our community tab here. As you guys may or may not know, if you're new here, I've for the last year or so I've been partnered up with the Handed Down Sports Media Group and their podcast, the Lap Down Podcast. So there we go. Hey Trev, how's it going? Ready for the Daytona 500? Yes. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so again, for the last basically calendar year or so, I've been a part of the Lap Down Podcast over with the Handed Down Sports guys. And yeah, today, actually this race specifically, we actually were able to get our podcast logo on the number 28 car of Kyle Sieg in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series car. So that is a big moment. I did post a picture of it to the community tab. So if during the during one of these commercial breaks, if you guys want to check that out, that'd be much appreciated. But yeah, that is something special. And I did get word that Kyle Sieg did get through this opening second crash without damage. So let's go, because he was starting tail of the field. So, but yeah, again, that was something that we've been working on for a little while, and I'd been waiting to be able to share it with you guys. But that is some exciting news there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the biggest thing the Lap Down Podcast have done. Yeah, let me see if I can actually get the photo up on the screen real quick, since again we're not doing anything with it right now. Lap down. So yeah, we're on the we're on the C pillar back by kind of the rear window. Let's see there. There's the photo. Just download it and we'll get it up on screen here for you guys momentarily. Um, all right. They are coming back from commercial break again. We'll be back with you guys real quickly. All right, let's see. Downloads. So, yep, there it is. Um, okay. There's something screwy going on with my controls. I'm trying to be able to manage the size of that thing. But, a lot of my controls seem to be offset. All right, well, that was able to at least move it. So there we go. All right, let's see. So if we, no, I'm not trying to select everything. There we go. So yeah, so that is our so the podcast logo on the car. I don't know why there's a bunch of issues again. The streaming software I'm using normally is super reliable, but my computer's been giving me a lot of trouble today, so I apologize for that. But yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, it's a good size sticker. And here we go. Back to the green flag racing. No, wait, is this another crash? Oh no, okay, this is a replay of the same one. Never mind. I thought we were going back to racing, and I initially thought that was pretty quick, and then I see them wrecking again, and it's like, yeah, no, it was a replay. Alright, so yeah, there we go. But yeah. So yeah, it's a really nice size sticker. So again, you guys should be able, hopefully we'll be able to see it pretty good on the TV. And hey, maybe we can get it into victory lane with the with Kyle Sieg. I mean, hey, it is Daytona. Anything could happen, and as I say, it's not like the Sieg brothers don't produce pretty good race cars from time to time. So yeah, there we go. So we are on, and it is on both sides of the race car. So don't you guys worry. There we go. But yeah, that is a really nice sized logo there. All right, so there we go. Again, the other thing, I'm just gonna reiterate this. Probably gonna repeat this enough times to where you guys get annoyed with me about it. But yeah, the for anyone who is just joining in or hasn't been paying attention today, the Daytona 500 was announced that the start time will be moving from 2:30 Eastern Standard Time to 1:30 Eastern Standard Time in an effort to try and beat this rain that we've got coming in. So there we go. Bit of an update there. Let's go ahead and see what the weather in Daytona Beach is looking like for tomorrow. 70% chance of rain. Alright, but it looks like it isn't coming in until at least 6, which if we start at 1:30, we should be able to get through most, if not the entire race before 6. Alright, yeah, there we go. We got everything all set up. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, we are currently under a caution flag for the opening 3 inches of wreck, because we had a wreck literally within the first few inches of the race. Alright, so there we go. I will say, I'm definitely more energized today than I have been the last couple of races. I will say 5 p.m. start times are a lot more hospitable. I haven't been allowed time to just basically crash. And I actually got a chance, and I actually came home and was able to get a nap in, so that was nice too. So we're feeling energized. We're ready for this. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. The Intercontinental GT Challenge. One of their Mustangs hit a kangaroo on one of the straightaways. I mean, that is about the most. That is one of the most Australian things to happen that I've ever seen, and that just happened to be on my on my Twitter for you page when I opened it up just to see. Someone just asked why there's no sort of fencing. It's like it's a kangaroo. How tall can you make the fence before a kangaroo's just gonna either plow through it or jump over it? Jumping is kind of their thing. Uh, yeah, so it seems like some sort of backup, either the 32 of I believe Jordan Anderson's the driver of that one this year, or the 38 of Patrick Emmerling. Some combination of those two is where kind of like the first big stack up started, and then everybody else behind just could not seem to figure it out. So. There we go. Again, we're just chilling out here, though. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. There we go. But, yep. Definitely glad the driver is okay, obviously, which was the first thing I was looking for mostly out of that. Hmm. All right, here we go. Now we're actually back to racing. Green flags out. We are back to racing, and this time the two Richard Childress cars both line up together on the top line here as they go 2-3 wide here. Lots of guys jockeying for position here through the middle of the pack. I do not see the 28 in the shot, which honestly, the way they're driving might be a good thing here. But yeah, again, kind of surprised to see the RCR cars not locked down the front row. All right, so there we go, and here comes the 18 of William Sawalich jumping out to the front of the field here. All right, so there we go. Where is okay? So Kyle Sieg is up a bunch of spots because of the wreck. All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead and skip around to ads. All right, so here we go. Yeah, we got Sawalich and Mayer on the bottom line. We got the two RCR teammates, Hill and Love, up at the top of the racetrack. I will say the fact the RCR cars aren't working together as perfectly or aren't dominating the front of the field is actually probably a good thing for the competition element of this race, because normally the two of them usually stink up these ones. So, by the way, Anderson is in the the 32. But yeah, there we go. Kyle Sieg up into the top 25. Let's go. As yeah, this front pack of cars though it really doesn't look like many cars, but then you factor in that, yeah, it is three wide of, it's three wide, about seven deep. I mean, that's 21 cars right there out of the, and you factor in that there's some that were out in that first rack. Yeah. So here we go. The two RCR cars, along with Ryan Sieg, have kind of gotten clear. Oh no, not quite clear. I thought they were clear, but I misspoke because Love Jesse Love Xfinity, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and that is a mistake I will absolutely be making a lot as we get used to the new name for this series. But well, I guess technically it would have been correct because last year it was the Xfinity Series. But yeah, last year's O'Reilly Series champion, Jesse Love, tried to cut down in front of the number 17 car of Corey Day and ultimately was not able to go ahead and get down in time. Hey, Alfredo made it back into the race. Huh, Alfredo must have bought a ride because I heard he missed it in qualifying this morning. All right, so there we go. All right, so there goes Ryan Sieg to the middle of the racetrack, right in front of Corey Day. And oh, Ryan Sieg waving his hand out the window aggressively here. I'm thinking, was that just an attempt to try and get down in front of Taylor Gray there, or is he having a problem with his race car and he's going to be coming to the pit road next time by? We'll have to wait and see, but that is concerning. With the usually it takes me a minute or two to realize that someone's hand is out the window. He made it a point to get his hand out of the window, and suddenly, and for good reason, he's got next to nobody lined up behind him. All right, so Ryan Sieg did come down pit road here. All right, so here we go again. Austin Hill out in front of the field. Jesse Love still not clear of the inside line. He still has Sawalich down that inside. And Sawalich has the two Haas factory team cars behind him. All right. All right, so we're going to commercial break. And say CW is confirmed before the race that during all green flag action today that every commercial break while there's green flag racing going on will be side by side, so we'll be able to keep updated, which is nice. All right, so there we go. We're just chilling out. Looks like everybody's starting to get single filed out though. Now that the two RCR cars got to the both got clear to the front there. So yeah, and right now, oh no, Sam Mayer didn't get in line when he may or may not have had a chance, and now Sam Mayer, one of only two cars left on the bottom of the racetrack here, fighting to try and see if he can get a spot in line without losing all the track position. All right, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Ah, here we go. Here comes some cars coming to the rescue. Here comes the 42 of let's say the 42 of Hocevar, the 00 Sheldon Creed jumped to the bottom here. Why doesn't the CW channel have commentators? They do. I was listening to them all the way up until the all the way while I was getting everything situated on here. While I was getting everything situated on the YouTube side of things. Yeah, no worries. Um, but yeah, CW should have commentators. I can't have the audio or video from the TV broadcast playing on the stream for copyright reasons. But yeah, here we go. All right, but yeah. So again, we're currently at a commercial break. We had a lap one instant crash coming across start finish line to take the green flag, which set up a chance for us to actually get live because I was actually running a little bit late as well. So, but yeah, again, right now the two RCR cars trying their best to control the front of the field, although Mayer and this resurgence of an inside line have really kind of stormed back to the front here. You're at the show right now. Nice. All right. All you hear is motor sounds. Well, at the moment, at least on my screen, the CW is showing a commercial, and now they're just coming back from it. So let me go ahead and mute my mic real quick. Okay, yeah. I've been to the races in person. I'll be at 2 this year, and yeah, it is really loud. So I'm gonna mute my mic real quick so I can just listen in on the broadcast just to hear what I'm hearing. Yeah, I can. I can hear the broadcasters now. They do have the engine sounds a lot louder than Fox typically has them, but granted, I think that that's a pretty good thing. Show off the fact that we're loud here. Want to see a love win tonight? Hey, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Although, obviously, given what we announced earlier, kind of hoping we could maybe see Kyle Sieg fight for the win here at the end. But obviously, I think the odds of that are a little bit long. But hey, not impossible. But yeah, so again, we're currently working. We're about 20 out of 30 laps here in stage one, so plenty of time here. And here we go, Jesse Love to the top line here. Austin Hill going to try and help his teammate. Yeah, Sammy Smith to the bottom. All right, so again, 20 out of 30 laps complete so far in stage one. 120 laps is the final race distance, roughly 300 miles. So there we go. We got everything all set up, and we are ready to go. All right, let's see. Quick update on where our guy is. With I want to see how Staropoli does in the 48. I'm curious. Kyle Sieg, quick Kyle Sieg update. He is up to the 24th position, 3.2 seconds off of the lead. Let's go, Kyle Sieg. And yeah, is definitely gonna be pulling for him. So let's see. Let's say they're riding on board now with Allgaier, who has the Brandt colors as per usual. Although I did see that I believe he and every single junior motorsports driver are going to have at least one race of Arby's sponsorship this year, which is pretty interesting. And there we go. The two RCR cars are officially clear and can now start to block both lanes of traffic. And yeah, they're going to try and manage the gap the best they can. So there we go. All right, so there we go. We got ourselves Again, a pretty good race going here. We got the double zero of Sheldon Creed on the very bottom of the racetrack, trying to make that bottom line work. A couple of guys going down there to help him out here. Any Annette throwbacks? So all four junior motorsports cars all year long are going to be running a four-leaf clover decal next to the name on the name rail, which is, and this is something I didn't even know. I've been a NASCAR fan for the longest time, but apparently Michael Annette had an affinity for the four-leaf clover, so each one of the junior motorsports cars all year long are going to be running that. I don't know if they had enough time to get any throwbacks approved for this week. Now, maybe May and Darlington. I know that it's not an official throwback weekend, but we could see some Annette tributes there. But yeah, I don't think any of the paint schemes looked overly Annette tribute-y, at least not for this week's race. So there we go. Yeah, and there's Sammy Smith jumping to the bottom of the racetrack. He's running the exact same paint scheme he ran pretty much all of last year. The red and white with that weird kind of black swoosh bit for the right around to frame up the number. So there we go. 8 laps to go now. 7 more laps in stage number 1. Ryan Sieg currently 1 lap down. He will be the free pass, assuming that nobody else loses a lap here in the next 7 laps. And yeah, we are making our way through this one. There we go. All right. Again, the front of this field is starting to single file out though, and that single file train moving to the top here. It's going to be hard to try and make a pass from there, especially if you don't have help. If you have help though, and you can organize a movement, one, you better make it a quick move, and 2, you got to make sure that those RCR cars don't get a whiff as to what you're planning, because they can and will block what you're trying to do. There we go. Jeremy Clements up 25 spots since the restart. There we go. Nick Sanchez in the number 26 car will. I thought it was Daniel Dye for a second. Note that is Corey Day jumping out of line, trying to get into that bottom line, and now the spot he was in on the top almost went away. He manages to get back in line there in behind Blaine Perkins and in front of the 88 of Rajah Caruth. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? Just chilling out here, hoping everybody's having a good time. Yep, hey, we're having a great time right now. But yeah, Corey Day literally just nearly wrecked close to everybody. And wait. Oh no, is that another car going a lap down? Uh-oh. Please tell me that's not. We might have some drama here. That's Luke Fenhouse going a lap down here. So now the question is, where is he in comparison to Ryan Sieg at the current moment? Kyle Sieg, by the way, did drop from 24th down to 25th, as we have got ourselves 5 laps to go. It'll be about to be 4 to go this time by. 4 laps to go this time by. There we go. Austin Hill has managed to stay ahead of at the head of the pack, and yeah, there's the replay of Corey Day just being making an absolute rookie move there. So who exactly? Who was in the crash? Mason Maggio was the only one to DNF out of the race on that first lap crash, but there was about a half dozen cars involved. The 44 went through the grass. The 32 of Jordan Anderson and the 38 of Patrick Emmerling appeared to be where the whole checkup started. But yeah, there were probably half a dozen cars spinning, Kind of reminded me actually of that the 2020 clash at Daytona when the drivers literally were wrecking coming to the green flag. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. And there we go, Sammy Smith with an aggressive block up there on RCR driver Jesse Love. Sammy Smith making that aggressive move. And say Austin Hill having to play very carefully here. No, there goes Corey Day. Day goes around, sliding to the infield, manages to just get a glancing blow of the wall, coming back up towards traffic, and it looks like he is going to slow and get his car under control just before re-entering the racing groove. Whew, that was sketchy. Whew. The fact that we didn't get a caution flag there is insane. I mean, I think maybe we got the right call, but man, that was one of the biggest wrecks to not wreck. I mean, the fact that he only grazed the fence, the inside wall there was insane. Who do I have winning the 500? My podcast pick is Ryan Blaney, and yeah, I think that's what my head is saying. Is I think Ryan Blaney's got the best shot to get this one. My heart says I'd love to see some combination of either Kyle Busch or AJ Allmendinger get it. Obviously, I won't complain about a Michael McDowell Daytona 500 win, but I've seen that. Oh, yep, there goes the tire on the 17. The 17 has lost a tire. Ryan Sieg did get by Fenhaas, so he will be on the lead lap. The question is, Kyle Sieg has jumped up to 21st. 1 second, I just saw that on the leaderboard when I was looking to see where the 17 was. Because the 17 is going to be a lap down, and I'll go. Around goes the 8. Multiple cars involved. We got the 8, the 41. A couple of other cars, I can't see the numbers on them. Caution flag flies. Stage 1 is over. The 19 of Giovanni Ruggiero, who won the ARCA Menard Series race here earlier. And we have got a pile of O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race cars wadded up. The 8 of Sammy Smith, the 19 of Ruggiero, and the 41 of Mayer, the 3 cars with the most damage. And yep, that is the end of the stage. All right. So yeah, just watching that one like that, it's like, Sheldon Creed was also had some damage in that as well. So we're gonna have to wait and see how significant the damage is there. All right, but yeah, there we go. Disappointing end. Yeah, well, say these drivers are racing on the edge of control, and sometimes that's how it is. Now, whether or not Love is going to be second, I'm kind of curious on that one. So I'm seeing some people saying that the 25 was also involved. Some of my friends who had other views, I've got a friend who's actually down there at the racetrack as well. He was our kind of representative from the podcast who's been down there with the pass all week. Yeah, so he's down there. So he also came down with a really nasty fever this week too. So hope he is feeling better now. But again, he's out there pounding the pavement, and that was an insane wreck. That was an insane wreck right there, though. Did Kyle C get through? I'm being told he did not receive any damage in that one as well. So, as far as I am aware, Kyle C has still managed to avoid catastrophe, which is insane again, given just how much of a kind of glancing blow, how many cars were kind of getting wadded up there. The benefit of not running right at the front of the field, though. Right, who is car 25? Oh, that's Sanchez. Oh, the 25 font just looks awful. That's what it is. So yeah, Harrison Burton's a lap down now as well. So there's a few different cars a lap down. Ryan Sieg, brother of Kyle Sieg, will be receiving the free should be the free pass here, as far as I'm aware. And there we go. So again, it's going to be a long ways here. Let's see. All right, but yeah, there we go. All right, we're settling in though. Everything's starting to get figured out here. P17 for Kyle Sieg in stage one. Let's go. Kyle Sieg, P17. Let's go. Harrison Burton turns left and he. Yeah. Rick Allen, to all the people who criticize Rick Allen, which there's a fair amount of criticism, he does have, he did bring a unique energy that I think, honestly, Fox could really use that kind of an energy guy like him. Because as much as I love Mike Joy and I think he brings a lot of knowledge, he doesn't bring necessarily the high energy that someone like a Rick Allen would. Now, again, does Rick Allen have his faults? Absolutely. Any broadcaster is going to have their faults. I should know. I have a million of them. But yeah, I mean, I remember specifically like during Dale Jr.'s final race at Talladega. I remember him saying the tricky triangle they're about to come through, and it's like the tricky triangle is not the trioval at Talladega. The tricky triangle is a big racetrack in Pennsylvania. But yeah, I just know I hear a lot of people complain about Rick Allen, and I kind of miss him being on the broadcasts. So they're showing another replay of this one as yeah, Sammy Smith just kind of wrecks himself there as he's trying to get in line in front of the 41. So yeah, the good thing is that most of the say the three cars most heavily involved in this wreck were kind of all cleared off to the bottom of the racetrack. By the time like 11th or 12th place was coming by, so there we go. We got a top 20 in the stage, and it feels nice to actually have investment in this race. So yeah, oh yeah, there's Sanchez in the 25 car getting absolutely smashed. I think I might have said the 26 earlier because again, that font that they are using for the 25 car is insane and looks a lot like a 26. So but there we go. Everybody's so there's a bunch of work going on down on pit road. They've got the Arby's pit box. Let's go ahead and skip around to ads for you guys. All right, so there we go. They've got an Arby's thing going on here. Oh, yeah, we are chilling here. All right, come on. Can we get a feature on Kyle Sieg's race car? Come on. Let's do a piece on Kyle Sieg. We've talked about Staropoli earlier, and I get that Kyle Sieg, there's not much that's new about it, but come on, let's show some love to the 28. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we are. All right, they're coming back from whatever that Arby's promo thing was. All right. All right, there we go. Coming off pit road, we got Carson Quapple jumping up to the top spot as he gains 2 spots. Austin Hill losing to Raja Karuth up 5 spots on the pit road. Brandon Jones up 3. Daniel Dye jumps up about 6 spots there as Justin Allgaier will lose 4 spots. All right, there we go. Say direct from the team. The car after after the adjustment they just made on pit road, the car should be tighter off the exit and better in the draft. Let's go. Okay, it is fully the 26 font. Okay. I thought it looked like that, and I remember thinking that Sam Hunt Racing would be a cool spot for Sanchez to end up. But yeah, again, the font there just was really absurdly there we go. Man. Ugh. So yeah, and if, by the way, if we do get a chance that, which I would love to have this if we could, but yeah, if we can manage to get Kyle Sieg on the Letdown podcast, I will absolutely let you guys know when that episode is going to be coming. But yeah, as of right now, I don't know for sure if anything like that is going to materialize. Something I'm going to be asking about for sure. But there we go. We're at commercial break here for the end of stage 1, which was ended by a caution flag. If you guys are just popping in to join us here, this stage was literally bookended by cautions. Just as they were taking the green flag, we got one, and then literally as the stage was coming to an end, we got the second crash that ended the stage. So, I will say Carson Quapple is actually a pretty interesting guy to have up at the front. We've had him on the channel before. With in partnership with my buddy JP, we did a joint interview with Carson Quapple. I think it was a year or two ago now. So there we go. All right, well. Wait a minute. Natalie Decker in the top 10. What on earth is going on? So let's see. Oh, there we go. Now it's correcting. Kyle Sieg looks like he will roll off 14th. So Kyle Sieg in 14th off of pit road. All right, so there we go. Man, I just thought about something. Imagine if Kyle Sieg does actually win this race. That'd be insane. That would be a diecast I would absolutely be getting in every possible size. Because, yeah, obvious reasons. But yeah, there we go. Sorry, we put you too high. That typically does happen during caution flags because sometimes drivers like Decker will stay out. That way they can come in on the second lap to pit with less cars around them. Especially when they're, and I mean, absolutely no offense to any of the drivers who do this, but a lot of the times when drivers know that their car isn't as quick, they'll intentionally not pit with the leaders and instead will pit that second time around. Lap down cars are forced to do that, but sometimes like your Rick Wares or your other small family teams will end up doing that just to not have as much going on around them during that during that pit sequencing. So that is why you will typically during caution flag periods you will see instances like that. All right, so there we go. So Kyle Sieg up into the top 15, though. I'm stoked about that. I'm looking forward to seeing. Oh, they were about to show it. Come on. I know it's a car that 99% of the field is gonna 99% of the viewing audience probably doesn't care too much about. But come on, show me Kyle Sieg's car. All right, so there we go. They're riding on board here with Jones doing the choose cone, so that means we should be green flag next time by. Green flag next time by. And yet there he is going to the top of the as they going to the top of the track there. Got Kyle Sieg. All right. There we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. They're talking with Gio Ruggiero shortly out of the infield care center. Glad to see he's okay. I mean, that was a nasty hit. You always like to see that these drivers are up and out of the cars. But yeah, there we go. Showing Luke Fenhaus for some reason. Let's see. Oh! The hood for Luke Fenhaus just came right up and off the thing. There we go. Brandon Jones win would be big. That'd be an interesting one, yeah. Man. But yeah, Luke Fenhaus just completely lost the hood of his car. The rest of his car actually looks like it's in halfway decent shape. I'm guessing he must have gotten a piece of whatever that melee was on lap 1. All right, here we go. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of the RCR teammates. Green flag's out. Jesse Love and Austin Hill. Not sure what scoring thing happened that led to Carson Quapple not being the leader, but yep, the RCR teammates ended up on the front row together. Not sure if there was an issue coming off of pit road or something, but yeah, there we go. There we go. Justin Allgaier, again, everybody locking in here, getting ready for this one. That inside line looks strong. You know, Rajah Cruz looking to the outside, trying to make a move. Up to the top goes Love. Love goes to block here, trying to keep the people behind him here. Hey, Dave, how's it going? All right, we'll catch up on stuff in just a minute. We just went back green flag racing here for the start of stage number 2. RCR is dominating this race. Yeah, they kind of do that at super speedways. Here, Atlanta, Talladega, they just seem to dominate this style of racing for whatever reason. At first, we thought it was just an Austin Hill thing. Then Jesse Love was doing it. Yeah, now Jesse Love is doing it too, and the fact that they can do it together makes it even stronger. So, again, right now, a lot of blocking here down the back straightaway for Love as he's going top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom here. But yeah, so again, Jesse Love doing a great job out in front of the field. I believe he and Austin Hill now can both. Yep, there we go. Hill is also starting to be able to actually go up and down, top to bottom, to block the 2 lanes of traffic. And yeah, let's. If only RCR was this organized in Cup. Yeah, yeah. RCR and Xfinity is like the kid who studies really hard in high school, and then RCR and or sorry, RCR, yeah, RCR and sorry, in O'Reilly Auto Series, and then RCR and Cup is the kid in high school who forgot to do his homework and is trying to jot it down on the school bus ride into school. But all right, not all right. Where's let's get ourselves a Kyle Sieg update because I feel like we all want one at this point. So here we go. Let's see. Kyle Sieg is okay. He dropped back to 20th, dropped back a couple spots, but given how he's raced up to this point, that seems fairly on brand. Just not wanting to be too close to the pack just in case of a wreck, which so far has served him very well. So, and again, if for those of you guys who are just popping in, like Dave a minute ago, yeah, if you want to know why we're focusing so intently on Kyle Sieg today, and in fact, I almost debated if I'd had more time, I would have probably had a Kyle Sieg tracker. In fact, if you guys want a Kyle Sieg tracker, actually, do I have a way to do that? I might try and see if I can get a Kyle Sieg tracker. Yeah, bad race from in trucks. I even I saw Cletus was P11 in the ARCA race. I didn't get to see much of the ARCA race. I got to see the last lap. But yeah, a coworker of mine was saying how was on fire this morning, saying how that's why we shouldn't let and he used some more colorful language than I will choose to use here, but I'll let you guys imagine why we shouldn't let YouTubers drive the cars. And it's like it was a simple mistake that could have happened to probably anybody. And yes, he is new at this. Shock and surprise, it is a those cars were way looser than we've ever seen them. So shock and surprise, something being very loose compared to the standard, and yeah, the guy being relatively new at it. Shock and surprise, all that adds up to a rookie mistake. Again, do I think that Cletus has the most amount of talent in the world? I think that that's still to be determined. I don't think that we've seen a big enough sample size. But ultimately, it's one of those things that you're never going to see a bigger sample size if you flat out stop him from doing it. And he brings a great personality with him. And hey, if that personality brings in fans, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't let him in. Again, as long as he continues to show signs of improvement, which again, in one race, hard to show signs of improvement. But yeah, so I think I got sidetracked when we were talking about Kyle Sieg though. But yeah, the podcast I'm on, the Lap Down podcast, has our logo riding on board with Kyle Sieg in the 28 machine. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and we will be we'll be getting to root on Kyle Sieg the entire afternoon. And currently hanging out in about P20 at the tail end of the pack, just kind of biding our time. Again, not wanting to be too close given how these cars have been racing up to this point. Which, speaking of how these cars have been racing, both the SHR cars just jumped to the bottom of the racetrack. Yeah, looked like they might have been trying to take advantage of some momentum, but ultimately the line in front of them is going to dictate how far or how fast they can go. So, yeah, we do have a member of our podcast though that's down in the garage area, keeping us updated on how Sieg is doing and on some of the car changes. So we'll keep you guys updated on any updates from that as we get them. So And rooting on, oh, big moves there. Austin Hill all over the track there, trying to, not sure if he was trying to block or dodge, because they were coming up on a lap car here, which is going to send most everybody up the track here. Hopefully they can get by him without incident, but there is a 3-wide battle here further back. As they managed to all get there as that car peels off towards pit road. So they all managed to get through that one without incident, which is nice. Yeah, the Sieg paint scheme does look pretty cool. Alright, there we go. Alright, so again, the two RCR cars doing as best they can to try and control the front of the field. Here comes Justin Allgaier in the inside line. Taylor Gray as well, making some moves here. Austin Hill able to block him, but Jesse Love in second place was not. Yeah, I don't know if he just didn't see him coming, didn't hear him in time, but he gets taken too wide here. Say historically, and the way they've done it so far throughout this race, say whichever RCR cars ended up too wide has been able to fight back to the to being clear. It's just a matter of it'll take some time, but it's one of those things. And here comes Sammy Smith to the bottom of the racetrack. Sammy Smith jumps to the bottom of the racetrack, and there we go. Jesse Love gets clear of the 7 and can now start to block both lanes as well. There we go. And say a lot of junior motorsports power right there in that one picture. You got the 1, the 88, and the 7 all clumped up right there around the front. In fact, the front 5, you have the 2 RCR cars and 3 junior motorsports cars with Caruth, Allgaier, and Quapple. Here comes Taylor Gray trying to get into the mix as well. Some good blocking here from Love and Hill. Both trying to block both lanes of traffic here. And as of right now, they're doing about as good a job as you could imagine. But the big worry watching some of these blocks is when do good aggressive blocks turn into stupid blocks? All right, there we go. Yes, they are starting the Daytona 500. That was another thing that came out earlier today is that the Daytona 500 will be starting an hour earlier than normal. So instead of a 2:30 start time, it will be a 1:30 p.m. start time. I had some pre-made plans in the AM. I should be back in time for the race. I should be back around 1 p.m., but obviously things could change. So just bear with me if I'm a little bit late. Oh man, my throat is killing me. As I said, we've been streaming a lot these last couple of days. All right, here we go. Jeb Burton getting up in the mix here. As I say, middle of 3 wide for Jeb Burton. I didn't even realize he had a car on the inside of him. All right, so there we go. Everybody's getting everything going. Yep, 1:30 Eastern time for tomorrow's race. Hey, Rumble, how's it going? All right, there we go. All right, we got a lot of people popping on in here. Again, we got 8 laps to go in this stage, going around the number 5 car of Luke Fenhouse, who lost his hood a few, under the last caution flag. The hood for the number 5 car just went up and left. So, or I guess up and right because it went out of the stadium, not following the curve. But yeah, so again, right now though, just riding it out to the end of the stage, I wouldn't expect to see a whole lot of movement here from Kyle Sieg down the stretch. Again, these first two stages are mainly just riding it out to kind of feel out the nerves of this pack of cars. And as of I say, so far that has proven pretty smart because we've had a lot of crashes up to this point in terms of, or a lot of near crashes. And again, you don't want to be too close to near crashes because near crashes turn into crashes. That would be a cool piece to collect. Yeah, the race car hood would be a really cool one. As I know some other people in the community who actually do have them. I remember seeing Eric Estep, fellow NASCAR YouTuber, a while back, getting himself a Matt Kenseth hood. Now to get one straight off the race car like that would be really cool, but yeah. All right, so there we go. All right, so you got some more commercials going on. Again, we got ourselves. Again, I love the fact that they're doing the side by side commercials rather than getting us stuck with full screen commercials. Let's see. RCR used to be able to get out front control like that with Earnhardt, except it was Cup, not O'Reilly. Yeah, yeah. Again, yeah, you've seen plate dominance like this before. Similarly, you've seen it from like the Roush Fenway cars throughout the late 2000s. We've seen them be able to control the field at some of these plate tracks, and more recently, Penske Racing at the Cup level has been able to kind of control races like this. Or for that one random race for the in 2018 at Talladega, where Stuart Haas turned into literally the greatest race team of all time, pretty much for about 90% of the race. Running 1, 2, 3, 4 for literally 90% of the entire event. All right, so there we go. All right, so again, Kyle Sieg still riding in 20th here, just kind of waiting this one out. Yeah, say Austin Hill approaching Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the all-time laps led at Daytona International Speedway in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. That's pretty. That's a pretty elite list of names to be getting close to. But yeah, there we go. I can see Kyle Sieg back there. He's kind of behind the draft, but at this point, 3 laps to go. You just don't want to be anywhere near that group because if there is a wreck, you don't want to be in it. And hey, if you get some points, you get some points out of it. But at the moment, Kyle Sieg is definitely playing a smart strategy, I think, here. Yeah, RFK and Dual One. Yep, exactly. Again, you can look to a lot of examples throughout NASCAR's history of uh, different teams at different times being able to just find and hit the super speedway setup like that. Hendrick Motorsports as well is another team that has had that. I mean, look at their Daytona 500 qualifying streak in the 2010s. I mean, aside from Austin Dillon in 2014, I believe it was, or was it 2014 or 2013, whatever Dillon's rookie year was. Aside from that year, it was pretty much a Hendrick motor winning the pole position pretty much the entire time. Danica Patrick had a Stuart Haas. Stuart Haas had a Hendrick motor in the car when she got the pole. Then it was then you had guys like uh, Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon. Oh, Corey Day almost goes around and comes back up into the pack and kind of arm wrestling there with Jeb Burton for a moment as he tried to get back in line. But yeah, first half they were lined up like ducks in a row. Yep. Yeah, and then the pit stop just kind of shuffled up their order. Man, the 17, the 17 needs to figure something out because he has nearly wrecked like 7 different times, and every time he's almost taken somebody else out trying to get back in line after sliding out of line. Like, it's one thing to have some rookie kind of jitters like that. Sure, absolutely. Oh, this is the final lap of the stage. I had lost count of the laps. Austin Hill's going to win it, though, over Carson Quapple. Justin Allgaier third, Sawalich fourth, Raja Caruth rounding out your top 5. Then you've got Parker Ratzloff, Sammy Smith, Clements, Jeb Burton, and Blaine Perkins rounding out your top 10. FRM has been solid on super speedway qualifying. Yeah, they've been pretty good too, especially when they had McDowell. Yeah, Chandler again. They really weren't all that great this year in at Daytona qualifying, but yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah, as they made up for the heartbreak in the truck race. Yep. Unlike, much unlike, and this was kind of heartbreaking to see was, Anthony Alfredo, who missed out on the Daytona 500, then followed it up by failing to qualify for the Xfinity race here. Ultimately, he and Viking Motorsports made a deal with Alpha Prime to get him into the number 4 car, or replacing whoever was supposed to drive that car originally. There we go. But yeah, so yeah, I feel awful for Alfredo. He has had a really rough week. All right, there we go. Cesar Baccarello was supposed to be in the 4. Okay, I couldn't remember who was supposed to be in there, and all right, here we go. Coming back from commercial break, we should be seeing the 28 car for a minute here. We're still at a full screen commercial break, so I have not had a chance to do it. Keeping an eye on it though, just in case we get a chance to see us here. So we're still caught up here. All right, they're doing the Arby's bit as they come back in, showing some grilling meats out there in the campgrounds. All right, so back from commercial break, a beautiful sunset here in Daytona, Florida. It's like one of the best views for any auto racing fan is sunset at Daytona. Whether it's in the Rolex 24 here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race, the Daytona 500, or even the Daytona 400 there. All right, here we go, coming down pit road. And so they're following the 722, the 1, and the 88. All right, there we go. Am I getting tired already? I guess I have to rely on the highlights of the race. All right. Well, again, we're gonna be here. Say Austin Hill wins the race off pit road. Sawalich second. Allgaier third. Yeah, a friend of mine was just asking why people were so annoyed with Austin Hill. If it's because he's good or because he's a jerk, and it's like, yeah, there definitely needs to be some context explained because, yeah, they weren't as active in the community as throughout the last summer. They're kind of a new addition to our community, so just giving them an update there. But yep, as I say, we'll see you tomorrow for the Cup race. So, right, Dominic? So yeah, there we go. Again, we're back at commercial break after the pit sequence. We'll figure out where our car has lined up at the end of all this. Where is Kyle Sieg? All right, so Kyle Sieg is currently 15th. It looks like. All right, there we go. Just getting all that, and we are all right. We're all set up. Let's go ahead and skip around ads here. We got a weather update. 1 second. Weather update from Jeff Gluck. Seems like Daytona 500 has a good chance of getting in, but post race could be dicey with severe storm coming in. Tornadoes? Are you kidding me? We might have a Daytona 500 tornado watch. All right, we're coming back from commercial break, and oh, here we go. Oh, this is a night. Oh, they're showing this highlight. I thought we were gonna get a good mid-pack shot where we might see the 28. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. All right, they're going in hot spotlight. Some guys there. New Smyrna. Is they showing a new Smyrna highlight here? Oh wow, those modifieds were trying to wreck there. All right. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. If you guys are enjoying the race, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Guys, I'm going to see future videos of live streams. Also, feel free to share the stream with friends, and we can maybe continue to build up this community. We're just shy of 3,300 subscribers. Would love to hit 3,300. Alright, so there we go. Alright, doing the choose cone here. There we go. Austin Hill and Allgaier will go to the bottom. Sawalich, Brandon Jones, the two Joe Gibbs Racing cars will take the top line. All right, so planning the green flag pit stop. Ryan Sieg and his team are, along with Kyle Sieg, are gonna try and jump in when the junior motorsports cars hit pit road. Makes sense because they're a Chevy team, so. All right, so here we go. 54 laps to go. It'll be 53 at the line. All right, yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. So they're getting everything all ready to go here. Yeah, I can't believe it. The Daytona area is going to have to contend with tornadoes tomorrow too. Apparently, NASCAR cannot win this weather war, can they? I thought we had a pretty. As we had a very clear year last year when it came to weather. No races delayed to a different day than they started. It was a really cool one. Ooh, I just saw our car. There we go. All right, so 38 of Patrick Emmerling willing to also lend support. He's one of our teammates. So here we go. Green, 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 green flags out. We're back to racing. So Kyle Sieg and team hopefully have enough help here that we should hopefully be able to get there. Sieg already starting to build a little bit of wiggle room between himself and the cars in front of him, which starts with Jesse Love there. All right, let's see again. Austin Hill clear of both lanes, and he is starting to already work both lines here. Top to bottom here. P11 on the restart for Kyle Sieg. Let's go. And say his pit crew has been doing really well for him to help him jump a couple of spots here. There we go. Say Austin Hill making some very tight blocks here. He's not going to be able to block the 7 this time. He's going to end up having to concede the spot, or at the very least battle it out side by side for the spot for at least a minute or two. Yeah. But yeah, as of right now, though, we got ourselves a pretty good race going here so far. Again, everything behind Austin Hill has been really entertaining. And even the fact that Austin Hill and Jesse Love, to an extent, haven't been, they've been near the front / in the lead for a decent chunk, but it hasn't felt like it because, there's been cars close enough to them and able to at least get a run on them for whatever that's worth, fairly decently. So there we go. All right, starting to drop back a little bit there for Kyle Sieg, dropping to 17th. I'm guessing Kyle's not liking what he's seeing up here, and again, I get it, especially because it's a family team. I mean, he knows a lot about what's going on, what goes into these cars. Hill, Quapple, and Allgaier took home 15 plus stage points each. Yep, that's pretty normal. All right, so there we go. All right, we're just working on this one. Let's see. Yeah, I got shuffled out of line by the 47 or the 41 of Mayer. Shuffled our guy out of the line. Granted, again, the way he's been racing, I would assume that maybe he wouldn't be too upset about that because, again, all day he's kind of been wanting to hang back a bit. And say with Day still in the middle there, I'm not sure I trust Day not to wipe out and wreck again. Oh wait, no, wait a minute. I might have got my Hendrick cars confused. I believe that might have been the 88 that just shivered. The 88 of Raja. My bad. Yeah, 88 was the one that just shook and shivered there in the top line. Sorry. Corey Day's been doing that all night long. I saw a Hendrick car paint scheme doing the same thing and assumed it was the same car from earlier. But yeah, no, the 88 goes for a really tight shiver there and manages to hang on to it. All right, so there we go. We're just chilling out here, though. Again, Austin Hill decimating this race. Between him and Jesse Love, they've led 69 of the 72 laps. I mean, that is just an insane statistic right there. That out of the entire field, the entire race, I believe all 72 laps actually have been led by one of the guys who are currently in the top 3. Hill, Love, Sawalich. Sawalich has 2, Love has 10, and Hill has the other 60. Which, again, Hill having 60 laps led when we're only 73 laps in is insane. All right, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, we're having a good time. We got a we got a spin and crash. Waiting to see where it's going to end up. It looks like the 87, and it's going to stop just short of the banking. No caution at the moment. They're going to try and let him run it out green. Hopefully, again, with no cars coming, I believe they are able to wait and see if he can get this thing back going. But, yeah. Yeah, there goes the 87, goes around there. All right, so here we go. 47 laps to go. Working our way through this one. Let's see. All right, so again, right now, I would say the field's starting to get a little bit separated here. A group of cars at the bottom of the racetrack are starting to kind of form up right around the bottom of the racetrack. And so that top line is trying to develop itself. The problem is that the drivers can't seem to decide whether they want to go top or whether they want to go kind of middle line with that lane. So there we go. Again, every commercial break so far has been side by side, which again is in line with what the CW told us they were going to be doing, which is every commercial break being a side by side. Again, Love and Hill just controlling the front of the field. Sam Mayer has gotten back up into the up into contention here. Allgaier in the up to fourth. Corey Day still up inside the top five. Retzloff getting up into the top 10. There we go. Blaine Perkins, Daniel Dye, a couple of smaller names getting up into the top 10 there. So yeah, here we go. Everybody's getting into line. All right, I see Kyle Sieg in the top line, sixth car back in the top line. So we're rooting for the top line here, guys. Let's go. Let's go, Kyle Sieg. Man, I cannot get this throat to be. And I apologize if my voice sounds off, but we're here. We're going here. Yeah, so as I said, we got all three seed cars on the top line. It looks like. And here we go. Yeah, Ryan Sieg leading the way. Kyle Sieg right in behind him, and Patrick Emmerling on his rear bumper. And again, we're starting to build up this outside line. Let's go. We're actually going to see the top line potentially come back to the front. And that bottom line is kind of taking control, at least for the moment. Anthony Alfredo has the fastest lap of the day. That's pretty impressive. I mean, obviously, it's a pack race, so the draft is going to help you get a faster lap. Well, trailing there. Ooh, yep, there's the replay of the 87 going around there and managing to not bring out the caution flag as he was able to get back going once the pack of cars were gone. As they were up to P12, we're closing in on the front of the field. Let's go. Let's go, Kyle. Here we go. All right, there we go. 40 laps to go. 40 laps to go here. Sorry, 41. 41 to go. Thought they were entering the trial one. It was about to tick over, but nope. So Ryan Sieg and Harrison Burton both battling currently one lap down, battling it out for the free pass. So where on track is the 24? What we got to figure out because Kyle's say Ryan Sieg just ahead of Kyle isn't all that far back from the leader, so the 24's got to be in there somewhere. I just don't know what colors to be looking for the 24. Kind of the problem with the rotating sponsors is that you have different colors on these cars so frequently, it's hard to keep track. Oh, there he is. He's the lead car in the outside line. All right, here we go. And say supposedly they are going to cut to an onboard that has our logo. Either that or they just did and I missed it, but that's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Again, the front of the field, though, the front three are still clear. Up to the top goes Mayer. And here come the RCR cars down to the pit. The two RCR cars both coming to pit road. Along with them comes Retzloff, Blaine Perkins, and a couple of others. But there we go. Kyle Sieg into the top 10. Let's go. Kyle Sieg to the top 10. Again, now it's Mayer, Allgaier, Day, Sawalich, and Quapple in the top 5. And we already know the plan for the Sieg cars is that they're going to pit with the JRM cars. So, again, we know that's the plan. The question is, will the plan be executed correctly? Yeah, it should. But should is not always how it is. All right, so there we go. We are chilling here. But yeah, again, a lot of cars on pit road here. And now the all the remaining cars, got to get in the single file line. Guys, stop fighting with each other. Let's make a single file line and let's try and outrun these RCR cars so that the Richard Childress cars don't retake the lead. Is it that hard to figure out? And here there comes the back one or two cars. All right, so there we go. Yep, there's the 18 of William Sawalich coming down pit road for a gas and go. But yeah, again, right now, this front pack is going to be interesting to keep an eye on. Again, we know our group, this is our group. We're rooting for this group of cars. But as of right now, got to just make this happen. We don't want the RCR cars to be ahead of us when we come off pit road here. Trying to go around Staropoli there. All right. So Patrick Staropoli causing a little bit of a hiccup there in the momentum as kind of forcing the rest of the cars to get off the bottom of the racetrack. All right. So there we go. All right. Oh, here we go. Kyle Sieg making a move to the top of the racetrack. Let's go, Kyle. Kyle Sieg making a move to the top of the racetrack and moves right back down in line. Great. All right. Come on, Kyle. I mean, granted, right now I think the right move is to stay in the single file line and just absolutely run this thing down. But hey, if you choose to go for it, I'm going to cheer. So, again, right now, you got Mayer out in front of the field. Allgaier, Day, Quapple, all right there. And then Kyle Sieg, currently technically in the 5th position, despite the fact that there's a couple lap cars as well, kind of padding the space between them. And I say, I think they might actually be catching the the Richard Childress duo. And I say, we might actually be catching them. All right, so this time by, I believe we're gonna be seeing the hen. Yeah, here we go. Here they all come down pit road. All right, so here we go. Everybody's coming. Say the rest of the group is all coming down pit road. Let's hope that our pit crew can be as good under green as they were under yellow earlier. Again, a nice quick stop. No, don't slide the tires because we're not doing tires. It's gas and no, it's gas only here. And let's see what we can do. All right, Mayor off pit road first. And again, I'm not too worried about where we are in the pack as long as we're in this group together. And let's hope we can outrun the Richard Childress crew. Here we go. Come on. Oh, all right. They're gonna. They were coming with a head of steam, and say maybe our group can at least get up in front of them. Nope, not able to get there. The Richard Childress cars do get the edge, but we do have a little bit more fuel on board, so maybe we can go a little bit further if they didn't fill enough. But that's gonna be something we'll have to wait and see on this one. And I say, and that would be assuming that we've seen the last caution of the day. Which at the moment, if you tell me we've seen the last caution of the day with 33 laps to go, yeah, no, we have not seen the last one. So there we go. All right, so there we go. Again, Brendan Poole, Hosar, and Anderson have all not pit. Yeah, but the top 6 or so, there's about 6 cars who have yet to come to pit road that are still out there controlling the front of the field. All right, so there we go. Again, Jordan Anderson, host of our Pool, Balicki out in front of the field, controlling this one. All right, yeah, again, I feel like we needed just slightly better organization getting before we got onto pit road. Because again, the amount we were kind of contesting with each other, I was not sure that we were going to be able to hang on to that one. Granted, we were behind them coming in, so we were already on the back. Hopefully, somebody else will explain that one because that one's a pretty simple concept, I would imagine. 4 pit stops, we were 12th. Or we were actually we were knocking on the door of the so yeah, we're currently 22nd is the current position for us, but again, we're right near the lead pack, and it's just a matter of a bunch of cars who have yet to come to pit road. 51 and Jeremy Clements apparently almost wrecked the 28, which is not good. Not good at all. Come on, Clements. Don't do us like that. A small team's supposed to work together here. All teams are supposed to work together to beat the juggernauts. All right. So again, we're at commercial break. Just going out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Looks like Anderson might be coming into the pits here. Again, we're going to be seeing everybody come into pit road here. The last couple of cars coming into pit road. Honestly, at this point where you've waited to... Oh! I saw smoke coming out of the back and then realized, no, that was the 42 of Alfredo, or the 42 of Hocevar trying to slow down and make it onto pit road. Uh oh. Say what? No, 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 no. All right, here we go. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Big crash. The 39 of Ryan Sieg is in it, waiting to see if we made it through. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh, I think we're in it. No, wait. We're good. That was a different car. We're good. We made it through. Let's go. Man, I hate it for all those other cars that got torn up. But we made it through. Kyle Sieg made it through. Ryan Sieg not so lucky. Daytona's never been overly kind to us Ryans, but here we go. Okay, we're chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Natalie Decker involved there. The 51 of man, a lot of cars that were racing right around us. We must have been right in the middle there. 51 was who I thought we were because I saw the blue car with some sort of yellow logo on the hood. But yeah, I got say Brandon. They're saying Brandon Jones might have been the one that saved us, which, if so, major credit to him. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, I want to see a replay of this one. Oh, literally dragging his entire rear bumper. I gotta see a replay of what on earth happened there. And say Natalie Decker has never been accused of being the best driver, and they're getting medical crew over to. All right, here we go. We're gonna get to see the replay. They do have medical crews checking on Clemens. He did climb out of the car under his own power, so I'm gonna say he might have just gotten a bit of smoke. And okay, so off the nose of Burton, we ended up off the nose of Burton, Ryan Sieg went around. And yes, Kyle Sieg does get through. No damage, no contact. Let's go. All right, we make it through. But yeah, yeah, Jeb Burton just the back touches the back bumper of the 39 car. Not really his fault there. And then yeah, just everybody just kind of cleans the track, and then the 28 goes charging on through. All right, everybody's okay. That's always number one most important thing. Glad to hear that. Love hearing the fact that everybody's okay. That's something I don't think we celebrate enough in motorsports is when we see some of these gnarly car crashes and the drivers are able to walk away. And in some cases, they're able to keep driving the cars even, but obviously with some of these cars, they're not going to be racing the rest of the night. So, oh, the 41. Okay, so they're saying the 41 should have held the brake pedal. Oh, Taylor Gray got involved in that too. I'm gonna have to see the. All right, let's see. Let's watch for the 41 car here because that's the one I'm hearing didn't hold his brake, and that's why the 35 even got involved of Decker. Because normally Decker's the one causing these incidents, but he was nowhere near the start of this. Ryan C goes around. Oh, yep, right there. Granted, he has junk covering his hood. He had no idea probably where he was. And yeah, just contacts Decker. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully again, you always hope that the drivers are all okay there. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those things that you know that you're going up the track because of the fact that you can just feel the because there's enough height difference between the bottom and the top of Daytona that you know if you're going up or down the hill. Like, yeah, if you're at the bottom, you can probably just let it roll. But the second you start to feel yourself going uphill, yeah, you got to put those brakes on and try and hold your position. Oh yeah, I don't blame her. I'm saying that yeah, he probably should have held the brakes there. Now, does that say? Now, granted, looking at the amount of damage on his car, I will say, and that one of my friends just said that about the same thing here. But yeah, again, given the amount of damage to his car, his brakes may not have been. It may not have been that his brakes just flat out weren't working, as opposed to the fact that he wasn't trying to use the brakes. So, benefit of the doubt, maybe his brakes just flat out weren't working. Which, again, given the damage, definitely possible. So again, we're under a red flag right now as they are going to clean up fluid and debris. We will be back to racing here shortly. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time again. Most important thing, though, from this most recent incident is that all the drivers are out of the cars and appear to be okay. Obviously, they will all go to the infield care center to be checked and released. But, yep. So, yeah, there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Feel free, drop a prediction. Who do you guys think wins this race here? We've seen about 3/4 of the race, so go ahead, drop your prediction for who you guys think takes home the checkered flag at the end of the night. We got 15 people in here. I think we can get. I think we can get 10 responses. I mean, at the moment, I think it's pretty hard to not go with Austin Hill or Jesse Love. Jesse Love currently leading the two, but we're just chilling out here. Yeah, they've got all the cars stopped here at the end by the entrance to the pit road. As again, the safety team is going to try and clean up the fluid here. All right, they're going to on onboard cameras. Let's see if they'll show one that has us on it. All right, so again, we're chilling out here. Let's skip around to ads for you guys, and yeah, let's get ready to go. Okay, you're going with Perkins. Okay, interesting choice. Blaine Perkins did pit same time as Jesse Love, so That was gonna be my big thing that I was gonna look for is okay. Because I believe everybody is come to pit road now. I don't know where Hocevar and Ellis are gonna shake out. If those two get to restart at the front of the field, that'll be insane. Ugh. I was say if Hocevar gets to start up there with the rest of them, I don't know. Hocevar could be a sneaky choice to go ahead and win this thing. Again, I think that it's hard not to go ahead and it's hard not to go ahead and just say Love or Hill, which I think either one of them are probably pretty good options there. I would love to again. Carson Quapple would be a fun one. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we're waiting to see where we're gonna be, but hey, on board of let's say Allgai's onboard camera shows our let's say has a pretty good view of our logo there. We weren't hanging out too close to Ryan Sieg because let's say Ryan Sieg goes around just absolute melee there in turns 1 and 2. And again, the red flag is out as they are going to go ahead and deal with the fluid there. So yeah, there we go. I just went and got our podcast group chat riled up about mentioning Imagine the Race Win Diecast. Because, I would be getting that thing in every size, shape, and everything. All right, so there we go. They're coming back from commercial break, showing off some of Austin Hill's absolute dominance at these style of racetracks. Yeah, and at next week's racetrack at Atlanta as well. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Uh, didn't like that. It hurt. Yeah, say again. I'm glad. I've said this a couple times. I'm glad to hear everybody was out of those cars. All good, but yeah, there we go. there we go. Again, man. It's a brutal crash, but again, all the drivers, as far as we've been told, have got out of the cars under their own power and appear to be okay. Of course, being checked and released there. All right, fourth caution. Okay, we say the red flag has been lifted. We are going to see cars starting to roll here shortly. Again, NASCAR is going to be on the radio communicating here um, to the teams to make sure they get in the right order. TV talking about some of the passing that we had in the NASCAR garage. Longtime O'Reilly Auto Parts Series driver Mike Lynette passing away, along with a host of people in the tragic plane crash that took Greg Biffle and his family. All right, there we go. Yeah, we're chilling here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, so they go to another full screen commercial break. We're under caution flag, so we're not missing anything. But yeah, again, we're chilling here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Still sitting 6 subscribers away from 3,300. All right, there we go. All right, yeah, we're obviously not pitting. I think that. Obviously, I guess we could probably pit for tires. I think it just comes down to how many people ahead of us would are also not pitting. But oh man, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and actually, while we have a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and get a. Let me see if I can get. Oh wait, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to because of the way the whole thing is screwed up. So no Kyle tracker, but again, we'll keep you guys updated on where Kyle is. Kyle Sieg currently in 13th place. It is a good on fuel, but it's going to be somewhat close. So we're going to have to keep an eye out here. There was an incident on the racetrack. Multi-car crash involving primarily the 41 of. Decker's been complaining a ton, and again, I don't put full blame on her, but say the because the 41. I don't know if he could have. I don't know if the brakes were working or not, because again, conflicting reports based on how much damage they had, if the brakes were even working at that point. But yeah, I would be curious as to how much she's playing it up because of the fact that, well, it's Natalie Decker. All right, we're up to 10th. Kyle Sieg is in 10th. Let's go. Kyle Sieg is up to the 10th place position here. Let's go. 27 laps to go. We got 27 laps to go up 9 spots. We can do that. That's what? 1 spot every 4 laps, roughly? We can do that. We can do one. We can pass 1 car every 4 laps. We just need to avoid having 4 cars pass us every 1 lap. Which is probably the harder part for us to do. All right, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, so again, off the nose of the 27 of Jeb Burton, the 39 of Ryan Sieg went around collecting up the 20 of the 20 of Brandon Jones, Sam Mayer, Jeremy Clements, who is who they're talking with right now, having just been checked and released from the infield care center. Again, every driver will go to the infield care center, and we'll see them one by one come out of the care center, and we'll probably hear from Natalie, I'm sure, given how much she was complaining on the radio about it. Austin Hill dropping to the back? What happened to Austin Hill? Did Austin Hill get penalized for something? All right, so we're going to be getting ready to go back racing here. We are going to say Kyle Sieg all the way up to 9th place here. All right, let's go ahead and see. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what Decker's going to say here. Okay, now I want to say thank you to this first race in NASCAR. Had a great time until that the spotter told me to slow up and we would be clear. Then the 41 rolled back and too late. So yeah, it sounds like a spotter miscommunication there. Okay, so let's say I'll give her credit. That was way more blame. That she accepted way more blame on her/her team than I was expecting. Even though in that situation, I don't even think she was entirely at fault. So credit to her. All right, here we go. Doing the choose cone. Top two, say first 2 to the top, next 3 to the bottom, and we're gonna go bottom for it. Alright, so there we go. They're showing another replay of some of these other incidents that somehow didn't become bigger. Alright, here we go. Let's lock in. 25 laps to go. Alright. Extended caution and red flag period is over. Alright, let's see. How many cars are out of the race? Looks like 8. Alright, so there we go. Alright, well, here we go. Let's lock back in here, guys. Alright, we're lights are off in the pace car. We're ready to go back racing. Let's lock it in here. 24 to go when we take the green flag. So here we go. Pace car's off. Field in the hands of Jesse Love and Sammy Smith as we get ready to go. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. So it does seem like the 42 and the 02 got cycled further back, so they didn't get to have the benefit of being up there the way that it was showing during the red flag. So I said that I thought they could be a sneaky pick for the win if they did get to keep that kind of spot, but all right, so here we go again. The green flag is back out. There's Kyle Sieg. Is a Jesse Love trying to put a block on Carson Quapple. Oh nope, there's another car there. Hard to tell sometimes with some of these onboards. Yeah, so still side by side here. Sammy Smith versus Jesse Love is a side by side there. There we go. I'll say Carson Hocevar hanging out a little close to Kyle Sieg. And they're 3 wide ahead of us. Oh boy. We're 3 wide with Carson Hocevar. Oh boy. Please no. All right, coming across the line, 3 wide with Carson Hocevar. We're gonna probably be scored a little bit further back here, but yeah. Again, this is not a great sign here. Come on. Let's go 22. 22 laps to go. Let's go 28. And say, oh, they're getting aggressive here at the front. Jeb Burton starting to look like he might be getting a little itchy trying to get to the back bumper of Quapple there. The RCR cars have found each other and are going to try and push on through. The 42 of Hocevar has found their back bumper as well. So, but the junior motorsports cars kind of cut off Hocevar from the RCR cars. Might end up helping the RCR cars get control in front of the field again. And yes, there we go. Love and Hill, 1 and 2, back out in front of the field. Again, controlling the front of the field here. 21 laps to go. Oh no! We escape! We spin! No! No contact. Please. Oh, let's go. Oh, Kyle Sieg scrapes through that one. We're good. That was way too close for comfort. Oh, man. That was way too close for comfort. All right, Corey Day. Corey Day was in the wreck there. Kyle Sieg sneaks through there. The 18 of Sawalich goes around and gets damage. Again, don't know. I'll have to go ahead and see this one. All right, man, we got the 54 of Taylor Gray and the 24 of Harrison Burton both stopped in the crash. The safety teams are checking on both of them to make sure that the drivers are okay, and then they will be there to help assist if needed to get the drivers out there. There we go. Hey, Taterhead, how's it going? Yeah, I just saw that spin from, and yeah, it was from the 18 was the first one to spin, and just everybody getting collected in it, and it's like, no, 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 no. Man. Ooh, Titan's got a new logo. All right, just a different shade of blue. Yeah, the banking caught us a little bit there while we were trying to avoid the wreck. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time again. Kyle Sieg does make it through that one just barely. He scrapes by. He went down to the apron, lost control as he went over the banking, but does not sustain any significant damage. Again, just got to come back down pit road, get some fresh tires on there, and we should be good. Did the tooth engine die? That'll be a big story if that's true. They're pushing the two. All right, there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Currently under a caution flag for yet another crash. One that definitely had a lot of us holding our breath there. Is yeah. Yeah, just had a major jump scare. There we go. All right, there we go. We're back from commercial break. We are going to be walking back in here. Jesse Love's out there running no problem. Okay. All right, there we go. A lot of torn up damaged equipment. Yeah, again, a lot of cars torn up in that one. Oh man, the 28 scraped through. Now, luckily, that's less cars we have to worry about passing when we get back out of the pits. But again, we're gonna need 4 fresh tires here, and yeah, definitely gonna have to ask Alfredo for some dude wipes. So yeah, there we go. Oh man, 17 laps to go, and we are currently 10th place here before the pit cycle. Scraping by there. And say they're trying to pound the hood down for William Swallow so they can get that thing fastened and get him back out there to at least try to log some laps. Apparently, the number 2 car of Jesse Love apparently is running low on fuel. It sounds like, which again, none of this adds up because again, he's leading the race, and we aren't even remotely close to the end of the race. So unless they had a problem with filling the car up, say they shouldn't be having any kind of trouble like that. So again, I don't know what's going on there, but there we go. Cars not involved in crashes so far: Carson Guapel, Ryan Ellis, Jesse Love, Austin Hill, Dean Thompson, Blaine Perkins, Jordan Anderson, Parker Retzloff. That's the list. That's it. Uh, yeah, Hosvar definitely got some damage too. Yes, absolutely. All right, so here we go. We're coming down pit road. Come on, Kyle. Let's get 4 tires and let's just make sure this car is perfect here. so there we go. They got Brandon Jones out of there, and yeah, again, everybody on pit road just getting their stuff fixed up, and we will be getting ready to head back out on the track here. All right, crew chief is telling Kyle to go for it. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Oh, I'm excited. Come on, Kyle. Let's go. Which video is this? Oh, no, not trying to turn my phone off. Trying to turn the volume down. Yep. There we go. All right. Again, we're. Oh no, William Sawala just stalled on pit road. We're on. Okay, we're in the top lane. All right, we're in the top lane here. We're rooting for the top line. All right, 15 to go. 15 laps to go here. Here we go. Yeah, so they got Richard Childress up on the roof here. It'll be 14 to go when we take the green. Restarting P12. Here we go. Let's go. Come on. Oh, man, if Kyle Sieg wins this, that will be so. I'll be stoked. All right, we're behind the 44 here of Brennan Poole. Come on. I'm jumping at the bit here. Oh, come on, come on. I want to see this restart. See, this is actually pretty good. We got 13 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's popping on in here. Basically, if you survive, you get a good top 20 finish bare minimum. Yeah, pretty much. Say the way that these Daytona races tend to go, sometimes you get even better than that if you just survive. Like sometimes surviving gets is only about 14 to 15 clean cars. So, so we got Ryan Sieg is still out there. Oh yeah, Ryan Sieg is still out there. Okay, so we're lined up. So the order is it's Brennan Poole, then Ryan Sieg is ahead of us, and then we are right on the tail of our brother car there. So, as I say, we are in the top line. We're rooting for the top lane to work here. Let's go racing, boys. Oh no, they turned the lights back on the pace car, so we got to go around another time. 13 to go when we go green. 13 to go now when we go green. There we go. All right, here we go. Come on, just breathe. Oh wait, what? Why are we ahead of our brother now? Ryan Sieg's getting sent to the back? Okay, Ryan Sieg's getting sent backwards. Okay. All right, so with Ryan Sieg getting sent backwards here, we've got to try it. So we got to have a good finish here. Come on. And I say it's going to be like 12, 13 laps to go when we go green here. We are, man. Yeah, I am just chomping at the bit here. Come on. All right, lights are off on the pace car. 13. It'll be 13 to go when we go green. 13 laps to go when we go green. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Man, I'm excited. If it isn't already obvious that I'm excited, let's go. Here we go. Green, green, green flags out. We are back to racing here at the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway. As we go green flag racing, 13 laps to go. The RCR cars on the front row in control of the field as they have been throughout the majority of this race. As we are getting closer and closer to the end here. Come on, Kyle Sieg. All right, Kyle Sieg has a little bit of a gap, and he gets to choose. He's going to choose to go to the bottom line here. So he's choosing to go. So there's some junior motorsports cars. There's a junior motorsports car in that line, so makes sense why you might choose that lane. Ryan Ellis in that top line might be a little bit less predictable, but again, right now it's just a complete log jam at the front with the two RCR cars just completely controlling the front of the field. And now we go 12 laps to go. Oh, come on. Caution flag for debris. Please tell me that it's something significant for debris. Oh, yep. It's significant. It's significant. Fair caution. Dang it, we lost a couple spots there on that restart. Oh, man, that was not a great restart. We needed that restart to go just a little bit longer. There we go. Again, it is a lot of nerves at this point. Just come on. Let's get this thing home inside the top 10. Man, again, we're just chilling out here, though. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. And trying to calm down because, again, it's a big thing. All right, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. All right, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Blaine Perkins has been impressive. He's got a lot of speed. Yeah, he has been. All right, here we go. 10 laps to go. All right, 10 laps to go. We're starting 14th. Here we go. Come on, let's go. Hype up. Let's go. Oh man. All right, here we go. To the bottom of the racetrack goes Hill. Top line will be Love, Smith, and Quapple. Anderson, say Retzloff, Anderson, and Alfredo also going to line up behind Perkins and Hill on the bottom. All right, sorry about that. We were just responding to a text real quick, and we are. All right, let's see. So we're P14, 10 laps to go. All right, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to be getting ready to go back racing here shortly. All right, here we go. Green flags out. We are back to racing. And here we go. The two RCR teammates out in front of the field. Yeah, lined up 8 laps to go. 8 more times around. And let's see. All right, Kyle Sieg on the bottom line behind his brother. as there's a lot of movement around up at the front of the field. Yeah, I get nervous seeing all this happening. All right, here we go. 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go. Sorry, had to catch my breath there for a moment. All right, Austin Hill out in front of the field. He has gotten clear of even his teammate Jesse Love. So now it's Jesse Love and Blaine Perkins side by side for the second position here. A lot, and there's a 3 wide battle here. Alfredo, Quapple, and looks like Caruth on the top line here. Alfredo losing some spots, trying to jump in front of us. Come on. All right, Alfredo's going to force us up to the top line here. 7 laps to go. It'll be 6 to go at the line this time. Here we go. Oh, the two RCR teammates getting a little bit jousty with each other here. Here comes Jesse Love taking the lead at the line. Uh-oh. I see the lights coming on for the caution. What's going to be the cause of it? Please don't be Kyle. Don't be Kyle. I see sparks. Nothing on, no wreck yet. I'm still seeing the flag indicator on my screen here. Let's see. Oh, yep, there it is. There's the wreck right in front of the field. Kyle C gets through. Let's go. Kyle C gets through. Woohoo! Let's go. Woo. We are dodging. There we go. Whew. We got so lucky right there. Right in front of us. That was sketchy. Wow. Yep. That one was close. Oh yeah, let's see the replay here, see what actually happened. So a bad push from Hocevar got Caruth unstable. He and Caruth both spin out. And I think they were really the only two people to get significant damage from that. So yeah, again, oh no, it was actually the 88 was checking up a lot more than expected, so it wasn't Hocevar's fault. But yeah, again, it does look like only the 88 and the 42 really got any significant damage, but that could have been a lot bigger. And I say it looks like maybe a small side swipe to the 4 or the 02, but again, no significant damage to either of those cars. Oh, man. Again, these guys are trying to give us a heart attack here. All right, picking the shortest lane and send it. I like that strategy from the crew chief. All right, so here we go. Yeah, watching off this corner, just watching this replay again of the dogfight between the two RCR cars. Again, these RCR cars are really tough to beat. Oh, man. All right, 14. Yeah, say we got 14 people hanging out in chat watching this again. Uh, I apologize if anyone gets annoyed with the amount I'm cheering on Kyle Sieg, but hey, I'm excited. Big moment. Brennan Poole up in the top three. Let's go. There are 3 Carsons in this race. Can you name them without looking? All right, Carson Hocevar. I know that one off the top of my head. Carson Quapple is another one. I'm trying to remember who the other Carson would be without looking. Um, Carson Quapple, Carson. Oh, is Carson Ware in this one? I think I remember seeing his name on the entry list. Yeah, Carson Ware. Yeah, Carson Ware being the third one. Yep, there we go. I was like, oh yeah, there's the shirtless guys partying. Yep. But yeah, Carson Ware. That was the one I almost forgot about. But Carson Quapple and Carson Hocevar are pretty memorable. But yep, did not look. I see. I know my stuff. I might be some idiot on the internet, but I might actually know a thing or two. All right, let's go. All right, we're gonna have it's gonna be overtime probably when we get green. When we get the green flag, we're gonna be either right up against the. All right, no, we're gonna be 2 to go in regulation. All right, here we go. Let's go. I'm excited. Come on, we're close. We might not win, but hey, top 10, maybe top 5. I'm gonna be excited about this. Let's go. Again, 2 to go in regulation when they drop the green flag here. All right, here we go. Just breathe. All right, just breathe. I'm going to flip my phone over so that they don't potentially spoil me as to what's going to happen here. I'm just going to go ahead and just click record real quick. All right, here we go. We're ready. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going green with 2 laps to go in regulation. If we get the white flag without a caution flag happening, we will we'll see the end of the race. If a caution flag comes out before we see the white, we go to overtime. All right, here we go. Again, we got Austin Hill and Sammy Smith on the front row. Row 2 is where we have Brennan Poole and the 2 car of Jesse Love. And here we go. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of Austin Hill and Sammy Smith. Green flag out. We are back to racing. All right, let's see. What's it going to end up being here? The 21 of Hill on the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna see if he and Brennan Poole can go ahead and get clear here, 1 and 2. Again, so far that outside line with Jesse Love is holding steady. Carson Quapple to the outside line. Carson Quapple making a move here to the outside. I don't see our guy in the picture at all. Oh, there he is on the bottom line. Okay, bottom line. Oh, Sammy Smith absolutely takes a nosedive in the middle line here. All right, here we go. Come on, Kyle Sieg making some moves here. Making some moves, passing some cars. Let's see. Austin Hill gonna see the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. No overtime tonight. Austin Hill, Brennan Poole in second. Come on, Brennan. That would be an awesome one. I would totally be stoked for a Brennan Poole win. Let's go. Right now, though, it's Austin Hill out in front, Brennan Poole second. Third is going to be Justin Allgaier. Here comes, oh, whoa! There goes Brennan Poole. He hangs onto it, but that was sketchy. Here comes the 32 of Jordan Anderson. The 32 of Anderson with a great run, but not going to get there. The 21 out in front of the field. Momentum behind has pretty much entirely stalled. Off the final corner for the last time here at Daytona. Contact is being made. Austin Hill wins, and they go 3 wide behind. Austin Hill, Allgaier, Sieg of the Ryan variety, Jordan Anderson, Sammy Smith, your top 5. Your top 10 are Ryan Ellis, Carson Kvapil, Blaine Perkins, Jesse Love, and Rajah Caruth. And your final standings for Kyle Sieg is going to be, where did Kyle finish? Let's see. 15th for Kyle Sieg. Hey, you know what? Can't be upset. That was a great day. Maybe I wish he would have pushed a hair harder, but hey, we got there in the end. 15th. Top 15 in a clean car. That's not too bad. But yeah, there we go. Man, let's go. All right, as per usual, though, I know we didn't do it last night, but as per usual, we will go through the full finishing order. If you guys were just here for the race reaction, again, reminder that tomorrow's Daytona 500 has been moved up by an hour, so we will be starting the stream around 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Again, I will try and keep you guys updated with a community post around 1 o'clock to give you guys a time update. But yeah, there we go. Let's go. But yeah, so again, as per usual, though, again, if you guys are coming for tomorrow, remember it's going to be an hour earlier. But if you guys do want to hear me just yap for a few more minutes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read through the full finishing order. Give credit to every single driver for where they finished, essentially like the end credits. And if you guys have any other things you want to hear me talk about before we hop off, I'll read as always. I will also read through any comments in the chat. So, all right, but yeah, man, Austin Hill climbing out of this one for an Austin Hill win where he led 78 laps. That was a really fun race. Again, Ryan Sieg, Jordan Anderson, some really fun names in the top 10. Unfortunately, couldn't get the win. But speaking of the win, Austin Hill did get the win. So Austin Hill gets first place, Justin Allgaier second, third Ryan Sieg after spending a good portion of the race a lap down. In fact, average running position of 25.33. Yikes. But got there when it mattered. Jordan Anderson comes home in the 4th position. 5th for Sammy Smith. 6th, Ellis. Ryan Ellis coming home in the 6th position. 7th for Carson Kvapil. 8th is going to be Blaine Perkins. 9th is Jesse Love. 10th, Rajah Caruth. 11th is where we find Anthony Alfredo. Brennan Poole after that near wreck down the back straightaway while fighting for 2nd place. He ends up finishing in the 12th position. 13th for Patrick Emmerling. 14th will be Parker Retzloff. 15th will be Kyle Sieg. That is where our car finished with good old Kyle Sieg. Glad to see he was able to bring the car home in one piece at the very least. LeVar Scott comes home in 16th, driving the number 45 car. Josh Bilicki in the 07 comes home 17th. Patrick Staropoli in the number 48 car comes home 18th. 19th for Carson Ware, and rounding out your Carsons on the day, Carson Hocevar comes home in the 20th position. Daniel Dye for AM Racing in the 52 coming home in the 21st position. Good job for Daniel Dye. Austin Green in the 87 coming home 22nd. 23rd for Luke Fenhaus, who lost his hood. Those are your first 2 cars lap down, by the way. Austin Green 2 laps down. Luke Fenhaus 3 laps behind the race. Sheldon Creed in 24th finishes 4 laps off the pace. Jeb Burton in 25th place comes home 13 laps shy of the checkered flag. William Sawalich comes home 21 laps off the pace in 26th. Corey Date in 27th. Taylor Gray in 28th. Both of those guys 21 laps down. Harrison Burton comes home 29th, 22 laps off the pace in his number 24 Toyota Supra. And Brandon Jones will round out your top 30 finishers, as he was 28 laps shy of the checkered flag when he came home. Sam Mayer finishes 29 laps off the pace in 31st. Jeremy Clements comes home 29 laps down as well in 32nd. Natalie Decker, 33rd, also 29 laps behind the pace. Josh Williams parks his number 92 car in 34th place, 43 laps shy of the checkered flag. Dean Thompson, the 26, comes home 52 laps short of the checkered flag. Nick Sanchez comes home 36th, 88 laps short of the checkered flag. Giovanni Ruggiero also coming home 91 laps shy of the checkered flag in 37th. And 38th for Mason Maggio out on lap 1. So that is the full field rundown. Let's go ahead and see. All right, no additional messages. Again, I will see you guys for tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series race, the Daytona 500. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. If you guys are excited for that, feel free to leave a like. And again, I will see you guys here tomorrow at around 1:30 Eastern Standard Time for the big Daytona 500. We'll be here for it. Hopefully you guys are excited. I know I am. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. Live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye! Ooh.